We are going to give them some few minutes, so kindly bear with us so that they can join. We're going to start at 7:10, so we are going to have around 7 minutes for them to join so that we don't waste other people's time. Yeah.
To be here so that I can know more on how to navigate, like through the job search and the rest. Thank you.
Are you a Krankenschwester yourself?
No.
Okay. So what's your line of duty? Am you're a student?
I am a student.
All right, okay. So I'll introduce myself. I'm Sharon. I'm the languages coordinator at First Code, who also happens to be a German student, a German language student. So I'm glad to hear you talk about Krankenpfleger. It means you have some knowledge about German language. Have you done German language before?
Yes, in fact, currently I'm doing the B2 level.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah.
So you are interested in the Ausbildung program, or rather
Yes,
job search?
Exactly. That is the field which I'm interested in.
Okay, that's okay. So if about German language, you need a certification for you to start working in German, whether you're going to work or to study. So all you need is a German language certificate, because in German, they only use German language to do all the activities. So they speak auf Deutsch entirely. And so for you to go to work there, you need either a B1 certificate or a B2 certificate. So I think you're aware that there are different modules. We have A1, A2, B1, B2, C1, and C2. So if you are going there to work, you can go with a B1 certificate, but once you get to Germany, you start learning B2. But at least you're way ahead, so you can finish your B2 exam, do the exam, get the certificate, then come with the certificate to us. Is that okay?
Yeah, it is very okay.
Yeah. So once you have your certificate, now we'll be able to make the next move of making the applications to the different schools, or we'll be able to now start applying for jobs for you. But when it comes to Germany, you should be well aware that the white collar jobs mostly are taken by the whites. So that's why programs like nursing, IT, drivers, hospitality, they are the most famous, or they are the most common courses in Germany for foreigners. Any question up to there?
No.
Okay, I think Caleb, do you have something to say? Caleb.
Yes. I think we can just give him a brief of what we do, and maybe how we can come in now that he has learned some of the modules, which is so fortunate, and where we can come in specifically. And it is good you've elaborated some of the few steps that we we can do. And this can just help us in him being our ambassador. Maybe if someone asks him of passcode, he is able to explain what we do other than the German alone. Yes. Hello, Sharon.
Yes.
I hope you can see my screen.
Yes, I can.
Yeah, so you can go ahead kindly.
Okay. Basically, about passcode, we are an agency that helps nurses relocate to USA through a program called through learning and teaching and preparing them for an exam called NCLEX. But we also now have a diversified German program that is not specific to nursing career only. So for German, you can go there as a nurse, you can go there to study, you can go through au pairing. So we have different services. We have the NCLEX RN registrations. We have that is now for the USRN pathway, that is the US. We have the IELTS and OET training. So those are the exams that you require, the English proficiency exams that you're required to have before you relocate to any English speaking country. So if you're going to UK, you're going to US, you're going to Canada, you're going to Australia, these are some of the exams that you need to have. So for these exams, there are many. This is just a sample of what we offer, but we also offer TOEFL, we offer SAT, so there are many. Then we also have the German language program. We also have consultations on nursing opportunities. So basically that is about passcode and what we do. So now let's talk about German pathway. Why you need to choose Germany and not UK. So first of all, there is high demand for skilled professionals in various sectors. So Germany is in need of a lot of workforce as we speak. I don't know if you're aware of this, but there's what is it called? A new signing between Kenya and Germany that allows immigrants from Kenya to go work in Germany. It's a very legal document that was signed. So because Germany is in need of workers, they approached the Kenyan market, and they have various opportunities. So you can be well aware that the only thing you need is German language for you to relocate. So as for you who has a B2, who is now currently doing B2, your chances of getting an employer are very high because one, you will be able to communicate effectively in German language. Two, you will be able to understand some of the questions that you're going to be asked in an interview and answer them accordingly. So make sure that even when doing the German language, you're not doing it for the sake. You need to be very fluent in speaking. Your expression needs to be very good because you're going to do all interviews auf Deutsch. Then there is world-class infrastructure. There is excellent quality of life and modern amenities. There is affordable education, free or low-cost education with excellent healthcare system. I am going to talk about the education part when we come to discuss about the different pathways you can use, because that is when I will be talking about Ausbildung, which is now a program that is education based. Then there is residency opportunities. If you are, for example, if you're going to Germany to study, let's say you study for 3 years, then you work for 2 years, that is a total of 5 years, you are eligible to apply for a German citizenship. So you apply for a citizenship called EU citizenship. And once you get the citizenship, it means you can work in any German-speaking country. So you can work in England, you can work in Germany, you can work in Luxembourg, you can work in Austria, just any German-speaking country. Once you have the citizenship, and you just need a total of 5 years for you to get the citizenship, which is actually less time compared to other countries. So we'll go to the next slide. So about the employment landscape, we have, these are some of the most marketable landscapes that are there in Germany. We have IT and engineering. So this applies for both Ausbildung and the employment. Then we have the healthcare system. Then we have hospitality. Hospitality is inclusive of the tourism, the chefs, the butchers, all that. So hospitality as an entity takes a lot of people to Germany. So we'll go to the next part. So now that you are doing German language, I would like you to note that at Passcode, we have a very exclusive German language pathway, and we have German language lessons across all modules. So you can actually share it with your friends. So we have A1 to A2 and to A2 levels. Then we have B1 level. Then we have B2 to C2 level. So each module we charge 25,000, but there are discounts. If, for example, there are holidays, like the Easter holiday, the Madaraka Day, the Labor Day. So we normally have discounts. And if you register in advance, like if you register, you have an early registrations, you also get a discount. So you can follow us on, the discount also applies to job search departments, because if you come to us with a B2 certificate and you want us to help you with the job search, we charge 30,000. So you can be checking out the different discounts that we have so that you can be able to benefit from them as our clients. So we can go to the next one. I think I've talked about this. So now, different pathways that you can use to relocate to Germany. One, we have Ausbildung. So Ausbildung is a vocational training programs combining practical work with classroom education, leading to recognized qualifications in Germany. Ausbildung is a very good program. You can start your applications for Ausbildung with an B1, but if you have a B2, you're at a very high chance of getting a school within a very short period of time. Ausbildung is a vocational training where you study and at the same time you study, you work, so automatically you are getting something, you get paid to study. So the only requirement for you to do Ausbildung in Germany is B1 or a B2. If you have a B1, we can start your applications, but if you have a B2, your chances are very high of getting a good school and a good course. And the only requirement you need to have is a D+ and above in your KCSE certification. So let me give you an example of how Ausbildung works, let me use an example of Aga Khan Hospital. So there's the Aga Khan Hospital, then there is the Aga Khan School. So for example, if you get Ausbildung in Aga Khan now, let's say Aga Khan is in Germany, so you will be studying in Aga Khan University and you will be working at Aga Khan Hospital. So you are going to get a lot of experience because you're working and at the same time, you're getting to do practical work. And you're not doing it for free, you're getting paid. This program is fully sponsored by the German government. So you don't pay anything for it. The only cost you need is your training for the German language. The other thing you need is the fee for your flights, if the school is not willing to pay for you. But that will all be included in your contract that you're going to sign. There's some schools that say we can pay for your flight, but then in the stipend that you're going to get when now doing the Ausbildung, we deduct our money from that money. Are we clear on that? Are we still together?
Yes, we are together.
Okay, hope you're learning something.
Yeah.
Then the other pathway is au pair. So au pairing is where you go live with a host family in Germany as you improve your language skills and also learn their culture. So basically you will be helping with child care support. So this helps you learn the culture of the Germans, and also you're going to improve your language skills a lot. Because remember, Germans don't speak in English. So even if you have a B1, then you relocate to Germany, in no time, you're going to be very conversant with the language. You'll be learning the language each and every day, because I believe once you're in a setup where these people are speaking in German, it becomes easier for you to learn the language compared to when you were in Kenya, people are speaking in English, Kiswahili, maybe their mother tongues. But in Germany, the setup is purely people speaking of Deutsch. So it becomes easier for you. That's why some people decide to go through au pairing as they learn the German language. Then once they are now conversant with the language, they do a B2 exam and maybe start and their au pairing contract is almost elapsing. They now start applying for Ausbildung. So these are some of the pathways you can use to go to Germany. Nursing is an entity on its own. So it provides opportunities for healthcare professionals to train or work in Germany's well-regarded medical sector. So once you go to work in Germany as a nurse, you only need a B1 certificate. Then you go to Germany, you start working. Then after 6 months, you start working as a nurse assistant. Then after 6 months, you do an exam, a B2 exam. Once you pass, you're now eligible to work as a nurse in Germany. Then volunteering is also another pathway that you can use. So you engage in social, environmental, or community projects to gain the experience and connect with local culture. So when you are volunteering, this is not purely free of, like you're not doing it for free. You get paid something small, so you're able to sustain yourself. And you can actually use this pathway to get to Germany. Then you can be looking for other jobs. So maybe you're doing your volunteering maybe for 3 hours, 4 hours. So you can look for another locum that you'll be working for and give you some money. So it doesn't mean that because you're going there to volunteer, you're strictly gonna do volunteering services alone. No, there are a lot of opportunities out there, and you can use the opportunities to your advantage, apply for another job, and get some good money for that. Now, if you have a friend who's a nurse, a colleague, a family member, I think you can share this with them. Going to Germany is actually now very easy as long as you have the language. So the first step you need is German language certification, a B1 level. Then after that, you now sign an employment contract. So you will do an interview, then you sign an employment contract. Then there is a preparatory program that is going to be offered by us and now your employer. So we are going to give you culture shock. We are going to prepare you for the culture shock. We are going to prepare you on how to conduct yourself now once you're going to do the interview with the embassy and so on. Your employer is also going to give you an introduction on what you're going to expect, the setup of your environment, your work environment. So that is now the preparatory program. Then you also now do a document procurement and visa application. So this is where your documents are getting certified by your employer or the agency that you're going to be working for. And then if your documents are certified, they send a report showing that everything is okay. And now you can proceed to your visa application. So now you go to the embassy and apply for a visa. Then the next slide. So now once your visa is issued, you go to Germany, you start the employment, continue learning bit. Then you do the exam, pass, you're recognized as a profession in Germany. Then you can start working as a nurse in Germany. So now about our program. So why choose our program? We have language training. We have a structured German course from A1 to C2 with cuts in between. Sorry. We have end of modules exams. We have fun activities. We have the movie nights. We have physical classes. We have our classes are recorded. So in case you miss a class, you can always access our e-learning portal and find the recording there. We have expert tutors. So our tutors, we have tutors who are in Kenya and others in Germany. So it helps you to be able to have a grasp of the German accent so that it becomes easier for you to do the hearing exam. Because once you're familiar with the accent, it becomes easier for you to understand the hearing parts. Then we have the job assistance. That is also where we have the school assistance, school application assistance. So we train you on how you're supposed to do your interviews. So we prepare you for the interview, of course, purely auf Deutsch. Then now we also do your CV. We do CV alignment. So that is part of the job assistance, job search assistance. Then we also help you with visa support. So we make sure that you have all the documentation needed for you to do the application. So there are different visas that you can apply when going to Germany. We have the job seeker visa. So it allows you to search for employment in Germany for up to 6 months. But for you to use the job seeker visa, you have to have a blocked account with at least 2 million Kenyan shillings. So that is the money that you need to have in your account so that these people know that you are able to sustain yourself as you're looking for a job in Germany. Then we have the employment visa. So this is the visa that people who are going to work in Germany use. So once you have a confirmed job offer, you're going to relocate to Germany with an employment visa. Then if you're going to Germany through Ausbildung, for example, you're going to do Ausbildung in IT, Ausbildung in Krankenpfleger oder Krankenschwester, you're going to do your Ausbildung auf Bucher. For maybe you're going to do your Ausbildung in mechanics, engineering. So all of those you're going to do with a student visa. Then we have a German language course visa. So there are some people who go, a language course visa. So there are some people who go to Germany just to learn the language. So they are going to use a visa called language course visa. So those are the different forms of visas that we have and that you can use when relocating to Germany. So you just have to come to us. We analyze your documents, check if you have everything needed. Then from there now, we advise you, we don't choose for you. We advise you the best visa to use. Then now you tell us if you're comfortable, then you now give us feedback on the visa that you think we are going to apply for you, so that when you're going to the embassy, you have an idea of what you want. Yes, thank you so much for your patience. Thank you for listening to me. I now hand over to Caleb. I hope that you've gotten information. You can follow us on our social media platforms. You're going to gain a lot from us. So back to you, Caleb.
Thank you so much, Sharon, for that wonderful presentation. Before we say any other thing, I would like to welcome Johnson. If you have a question or maybe a clarity you are seeking, you can present it. This is the moment.
Okay, thank you for the informative presentation, but I have a couple of questions.
Yes.
What requirements must I meet to work legally in Germany?
What requirement?
Must I meet to work legally in Germany?
Just a B2 certificate and your Form 4 KCSE certificates.
Only those.
So for you to work, you need a couple of things, because now it means you have completed your studies in Kenya.
Yeah.
So you will need your transcripts, all of them, your certificate from the relevant university that you went to, KCSE certificate, B2 certificate, yeah, and maybe something else now that the employer feels that you need to have. There are some who will ask for a driving license, something like that.
Okay. What is the main difference between a work permit and a skilled work visa?
The difference is not much, but for you to go with a skilled visa, with a work, it means that you have signed a contract with the employer and you're eligible to work in Germany. So it means you can actually relocate with your family with an employment, with a work visa. But for skilled, it means that maybe you're going there to practice your skill in a specific field. So for the skilled visa, it can be actually be more of the volunteering part. So you cannot relocate with your family. That's the major difference between the two.
Okay, thank you. My last question. What challenges do most foreigners typically face when staying in Germany, and how can they overcome?
Now, you are going to be answered that question when we are preparing you for culture shock. So now that challenges you to join our program and do the job, join our job search department, because that is one benefit you get from us. We are going to give you, we are going to align your CV. We help you answer such questions. We prepare you for the culture shock. So those are some of the information that you're going to get now when it comes to you've done your exam, you've passed your exam, you have an employer ready for you. So we will have a session for you, a guidance and counseling session on what to expect, how to handle different situations and all that. Is that clear?
Hey, Justin, is that clear? If you can hear us. All right. In case you have any more questions, you can get through our number. You can get to us through the number which is on the screen. Yes, I can see you are unmuted. You have something to say?
I just